This is a video why you should not buy the Winspace Hyper wheels. I'll let you know exactly why. This bike is on a Pragma in 105, bit of Durace, bit of a mix. Why you shouldn't buy the Hyper wheel. Now, what's wrong with them? They've been fantastic. You know, their braking surface is as good as it gets, high-end quality. The rims feel very wide and stable. They feel very aero in all conditions. Like they're not like a deep section wheel where you get buffed around like a sail in heavy crosswinds. I've ridden these in extreme crosswind conditions with no loss of control on the front end at 80k an hour. It feels really good. Not that I recommend going 80k an hour in crosswinds, but you know, sometimes that happens. If you've got a deep section wind like my Envies and my Zips, you're getting blown around a lot. But these Hypers have been fantastic. So the spokes, you can get spare spokes from, so that's not an issue. Not proprietary. The hub, you can replace the bearings. But why you shouldn't buy these wheels, right? You shouldn't buy these wheels if you are doing UCI races, because look at this. Look at this. It's 6.8 kilo. So these wheels will often make your bike illegal. To make this bike UCI legal, we had to add a second cage and a mirror, right? And a mount as well, just to bring it over the legal weight. It's got a very, very heavy saddle on it. It's like they're like chromo rails. That's a specialised mimic. An alloy seat post. They're actually pretty light. Mountain bike pedals. You know what I mean? So what? You know what I mean? Like 105 long cage derailleur with a little shaggy dog cable on there. You know, a 105. I think this is a 7-year-old derailleur. You know, a long cage. So like, you know, and it's 6.8. Imagine if you got Keywin pedals, you know, a lightweight rig, like it's just, you know, or like carbon rails, like super. I mean, like it's going to be illegal. So let's come back to the times thing. So that's why I wouldn't recommend buying these wheels, because you could get put in prison. You know, what if you had a race and you've got a rim brake bike, you know, like this Pragma, and it's super lightweight. Now you're riding illegal bikes under the weight, under the 6.8 UCI rule. You know, there's severe penalties for that. So if you're going to ride these wheels, get yourself a good lawyer, because the UCI might come down on you if your bike gets weighed and you're over the 6.8. You get disqualified. You'll be on cyclingnews.com. You'll be on cyclingtips.com. Kaylee Frets will have a wet dream about it. Say, During Rider fan got disqualified from the UCI 2.7 race back in nowhere because their bike was under 6.8 kilos and they won, you know, Cat 1 or Cat 3. So just keep that in mind if you do want to buy a pair of these Winspace wheels. Do have a discount code. You get 10% off. It's called During Rider 10. But I also want to, you know, maybe I'll get some lawyer discount codes, because chances are these Winspace Hyper 38mm clincher rim brake wheels could make your bike illegal in terms of the weight. It could bring it under 6.8 kilo. Maybe you could put some, you know, some water in the tires or something, make them a bit heavier, you know. So there you go. Just keep that in consideration, that it might make your bike illegal. You could be in prison. You could be facing, if you live in, you know, Maryland, USA, you could be requiring a bail bondsman. East Coast bail boys, you know, you might need a bail bondsman. We can probably help with that. Get a discount code for East Bay bail bondsman. You know, but other than that, you're, you know, if you're not doing UCI races, you'll be okay. If you're just doing Strava, Zwift, you'll be fine. Things like I do. But if you're doing any UCI sanctioned stuff, you know, they're the best wheels you can get. You know, they're fantastic. The best, my favourite wheels, carbon I should say, because they're different types of wheels. If you want carbon, clincher, rim brakes, these are the best I've ever ridden. And I've got the Envies, I've got the lightweights, I've got the Zips, I've got the everything. These are the lightest, fastest, and also incredibly priced. Braking surface is really good. You know, just want to give you a heads up. It's going to be totally transparent with you. You could be in a bit of grief if you do buy these wheels with UCI. You might get Heinz Verbruggen coming out. You might even get Lance Armstrong knocking your door. Lance Armstrong probably give you a handshake. Heinz Verbruggen might ask you for a bit of a fee. But otherwise, keep it in mind, kids. 6.8 kilo. Not a gram more than that.
Why are you hiding under the covers? Are you okay?
Shh. You get motor?
Yeah.
Is that UCI? I swear the dude had a pair of scales in his hand. If anyone knocks, I'm not home. I think it's UCI.